I must confess I am jealous of the term atom. For Thor, it is very easy to talk of atoms. It is very difficult to form a clear idea of their nature. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In our first module, we have learned the main features of structure of atoms. We learned about the atoms of all elements except hydrogen made up of three fundamental subatomic particles: electron, protons and neutrons. The nucleus is located at the center of the atom and it contains protons and neutrons which account for the total mass of that atom. The nucleus is positively charged due to the presence of proton in it, and the electrons are outside the nucleus and have negligible mass. The number of electrons in an atom is equal to the number of protons in it, hence atom is electrically neutral. Apart from this, we have studied the electrons revolves rapidly in fixed circular path around the nucleus. These circular paths are called energy level or cells or orbits. The atoms of different elements contain different number of electrons, protons and neutrons. So now coming to the fourth B of this lesson. So in this part we will study about the valence electrons. So the outermost cell of an atom is called the valence cell till we understood here, and the number of electrons present in the outermost cell, which is valence cell, is known as valence electrons. The number of valence electron indicates the metallic or non-metallic nature of the element. If an atom has 3 or lesser than 3 valence electrons, so then it is a metal. On other hand, the element with 4 or higher number of valence electron is a non-metal. As we know, the valence electron participate in chemical bonding. Valency of an element represent the combining capacity of the element. It means during the chemical bond, during the formation of chemical bond, the electron loses by an atom or electron gained by an atom or electron shared by an atom is called its valency or its combining capacity. Elements that have 8 electrons in the valence cell and helium with 2 electrons are called as inert gases. Reason for the chemical activity of an atom. Chemical activity of an element depends upon the number of electrons in valence cell of its atoms. Chemically active elements have incomplete octet in the valence cell or their atoms. So atoms complete their octet by sharing, accepting or donating electrons. In this so there is a question, why do atoms combine? So all the atoms of all the elements other than inert gases combine because they have incomplete valence cell and tend to attain a stable configuration. Corsell and Lewis in 1916 independently put forward the octet theory of valency or the electronic theory of valency. According to them, the rare gases have a stable electronic configuration. The number of electrons gained, lost or shared to attain the octet in the outermost cell gives the combining capacity of the element, and it is called as valency. Elements tend to combine with one another to attain the stable configuration nearest noble gas or inert gas. So electron in valence cell, this is known as octet rule. However, in the case of helium, valence cell has 2 electrons and this is known as duplet rule because the nearest noble gas is helium. As a result of this redistribution of electrons, a force of attraction develops between atoms which binds them together to form molecule. This force is known as chemical bond. The chemical combination of atoms involve redistribution of electrons so as to leave each atom with stable electronic configuration. What is a noble gas? So have 8 electrons in outermost cell is called as a noble gas, and atoms of elements have unstable electronic configuration in their outermost shell, which is incomplete. They can lose, gain, or share electron, and they are chemically reactive. And reason for chemical bonding, the driving force for atoms to combine is related to the tendency of each atom to attain stable electronic configuration of the nearest inert noble gas. Now, coming to the isotopes, so it is noticed that two or more atoms of same element may contain the same number of protons, but they may differ in the number of neutrons. However, the electrons are arranged in the same way so they give the atoms identical chemical properties. Atoms of element showing similar chemical properties but possessing here different mass is said to represent isotopy, and the varieties of such atoms are called as isotopes. Isotopes may be defined as atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass number. As we can see, hydrogen has three isotopes. One is protium, deuterium, and tritium. Carbon has three isotopes where the number of neutrons is changed: 1 carbon 12, carbon 13, and carbon 14. Now, structure of isotopes, as we can see, hydrogen, which has one proton and one electron, there is no neutron in the nucleus. But hydrogen deuterium, it has one neutron, as well as tritium has two neutron in the nucleus. Now let us take a look of the properties of isotopes. Isotopes have similar chemical properties, means isotopes have same atomic number, that is same atomic number of electrons and protons, hence the same electronic configuration. Chemical properties are determined by the electronic configuration of an atom, thus isotopes of an element are chemically alike. Example, chlorine atom of mass number 37 undergoes same reaction as the chlorine atom mass number 35. So isotopes differ in few physical properties such as density, boiling point, etc. But it is almost same. Now, what is average atomic mass of chlorine? So we will see before that what is the uses of isotopes. Isotopes of cobalt is it used in radiotherapy for treating cancer and other diseases. The C14 is used for determining the age of historical and geological material. An isotope of uranium is used as a fuel in nuclear reactor. An isotope of iodine is used in the treatment of goiter. And radioactive isotopes are used in industry to detect leakage in underground oil pipelines, gas pipelines, and water pipes. Now, average atomic mass of chlorine. As we know, an atom can have fractional atomic mass. For example, atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. The reason of fractional atomic mass is that of atomic mass of an element represents the weight average of all naturally occurring isotopes of that element. For example, any natural sample of chlorine contains 75% of chlorine 35 and 25% of chlorine 37. So these isotopes are in the ratio of 3:1 respectively. Thus, average atomic mass of chlorine is calculated as we can see here, average mass is calculated as 35 multiplied 3 plus 37 multiplied 1, as the ratio is 3 and 1 is divided by 4. So the resulted atomic mass of chlorine atom is 35.5. Radioactive isotopes. The unstable isotopes which emit various types of radiation are known as radioactive isotopes. A few commonly used radioactive isotopes like carbon 14, arsenic 74, sodium 24, iodine 131, and cobalt 60, and uranium 235. And its application, uranium 35, as I told, already used in nuclear power plants. Cobalt 60 is the isotope of chlorine which is used in radiotherapy in the treatment of cancer. Now coming to the isobars. What is isobar? The atoms of different elements having different atomic number but same mass number are known as isobars. So here we can see the properties of elements depends upon the atomic number, so they have both different physical and chemical properties. So we can see here the example of few isobars, chlorine 37 and argon 37. As we can see, the number of neutrons are different, so mass number is same due to the difference of number of neutron. Like that, argon and calcium and chromium 54 and iron 54 mass number is same, but chromium has 24 atomic number and iron has 26, which is different in atomic number. I hope till here you understood. So we'll continue the 4C in our next video module. Till then, goodbye and take care. Thanks for watching.